So my name is Mandeep, and we're going to be practicing the Yoga of Awareness tonight. And the theme of our class tonight is understanding the polarities of the female and male energies that we all have within us. And when I was doing my research on this particular topic, I found some pretty interesting, as I always do, information specifically about how the balance of the male and female energies exist within us as men and as women. And nowadays, of course, we have so much gender reassignment and this experience of people having the awareness of being born as a woman in a man's body or vice versa. So I was curious about that. He never really mentioned anything about that. So basically what he was indicating was that in the male form, the male energy is about 60%, and the rest of the energy is 40% female in the male body. And then in the women's body, it's 60% female or woman and 40% man or male. So the goal of communication, and especially in your relationships, is to learn how to balance and harmonize those polarities, because they are very polarized. Man is basically indicated as the sun energy. It's very active, it's very warrior-like, it's very much about solving problems, it's very much about leadership and protecting. Woman is moon, and she is very quiet by nature, very cooling, very calming. Brandina, we have, there you go. Did you have anybody come with you, dear? Okay, good. Ken, I moved you over one. I hope that was okay. Okay, good.
No, you can't move my stuff. Rude.
I know, right? Sorry. Forgive me.
No, you're good.
So, in this concept of sun and moon, we have a lot of yogic teachings that validate this sun and moon energy channel and flow of energy in the body. We have the sun energy primarily comes in the right nostril, and the right side of the body is essentially a masculine-oriented sun energy, no matter if you're masculine or feminine. This is just the human form I'm speaking of now. The right side of the body is considered the masculine energy side of the body, the energy channel known as the Pingala. And on the left side of the body, the left nostril, is directly connected to the feminine energy channels known as the Ida. And interestingly enough, when they come into the left nostril, the moon channel, it comes up and it crosses over at the third eye and moves into the right brain. And the same thing happens with the right energy channel of the Pingala. It comes up through the right nostril and crosses at the third eye and goes into the left brain. So there's a crossing here, and there's a huge hub of this energy at the navel center. So I just made some notes, and I wanted to share them with you. Female, qualities of the female is woman and mother. And the feminine qualities in any relationship are the ones that influence it the most. Make a note of that. I'll repeat it. Feminine qualities of the relationship influence it the most. Because this whole month we're studying and kind of grokking the concept of authentic relationships. So this is how he spoke to women. I'm speaking of Yogi Bhajan. Understand yourself. Understand that your grace is your saving grace. Make yourself a queen of spirit and righteousness. Queens don't fight with servants and staff of the imperial palace. Be a queen of consciousness. Then make him a king. If you're not a queen first, you'll be a doormat. The male is the sovereign warrior and the protective shelterer. And then he spoke very directly to men. Whenever he was speaking to men, he spoke like man to man, just very direct. Our concept of life is not that of having authority. Our concept of life is achievement, fulfillment, and bliss. He also referred to Anand. The sovereign warrior, which needs its own domain and definition, which satisfies the hunter and the seeder, which is spending a few hours alone or with his buddies on the slopes or on the golf course. How we act as fathers, leaders, and problem solvers can be deeply affected by your awareness of how to create effective and sophisticated social skills in your relationships. This is him talking to men. So overall, the feminine communication style is to use both hemispheres of the brain with flexibility and openness. Yeah? I mean, we're queens of multitasking. But in that awareness, we must, as women, develop a neutral, meditative mind. That is where it comes into balance. Or you will be obsessive with worry. She will be obsessive with worry, blame, manipulation, and competition. And we see that a lot. And I do consider myself to be a feminist, but I strive to be a graceful feminist. I think it's very important to have the understanding as a powerful woman, as a leader, being a woman leader, that I maintain grace and sophistication and skill within those, and yet be very direct, be powerful. So the first rule of communicating with a man is to keep it simple and keep the projection away from the ego. Otherwise, it raises the natural defensive nature of the man. Here's an example. I'd like to talk with you about a problem I'm having at my job. Would after dinner at 7 p.m. be a good time to talk? Instead of saying, I'm having a problem with my job. I need to talk to you now. You get it? So you present it like as a possibility. Is this a good time? Make it to where he makes the decision, essentially, not telling him what to do, because that goes right to the ego. Are we clear about this? So this works with you understanding, too, how you're addressing the masculine energy in your body if you're a woman, and you're communicating woman to woman as well. So understand that this is not just a concept limiting man to man or woman to woman. It's understanding that we have these polarities in each of us, whether we're man or woman. All right? Good? So this is our start. So tonight we're going to do this cool Chia Kriya. Let's see, wait a minute. Hud, hade, hade, wa, he, gadu. So we can learn how to effectively project our sound and communication skills. Hud, hade, hade, wa, he, gadu. It's almost like you're throwing darts when we do this. And it really gets to activate the energy field of the arc line and the energetic field of the heart. So we'll start out with doing that, and then we're going to do a really great warm-up to make the Kundalini energy rise up very quickly. Because when we have the Kundalini energy rise up, whether we're man or woman, that's when things really start to happen. And so we'll do this 3-part Kriya, which we'll repeat several times, and go into this process of feeling this Kundalini energy start to wake up. So this energy sits at the base of the spine, and we have to do something to make it rise up. All right? And there's more. We're going to do this great, really beautiful pranayama on guidance, which I think is really important that we receive that inner guidance and we really can intuitively create that strong connection to be able to allow that to be our true guidance. And then we're also going to do another pranayama of the merger of the sun and moon. And our Kriya tonight is going to be to build yourself to act and not react.